put up all these posters of Steph Curry? What the heck?
Hey, welcome everybody. A little emergency pod because my guys just punched their ticket to the Natty. Michigan pummels Arizona. What was the final score? I don't even know.
I think they lost by it was 90 to 72. I think that was the final, or 72 to 90. Or
Yeah,
72 92.
yeah, absolutely amazing game from the Wolverines. I mean, that was a slaughter. Um After the I was scared. I was scared. First of all, Elliot Cadeau took 7 shots in the first like 4 minutes, and I was like,
Or he was 4 for 16 for
I
the
was
game.
like, I was like, I'm worried. But then we just ran him off the floor. Like Ademara had what? I'm trying to pull up his scoreline right now.
Yeah.
Mara had 26 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, shot 11 for 16. Michigan as a team shot 50 49, or sadly, no, they shot 47 44 80. Um, and yeah, I mean, they just dominated this game from start to finish. It was an amazing watch for me. But what did you take away from the game?
I
Um,
mean,
yeah,
yeah, they pretty much took Jaden Bradley out of the game pretty quickly. A lot of foul trouble all over this game. I mean, Yaxel picked up 2 fouls in 1 minute, and then
yes,
obviously he got a little banged up, went back to the locker room, came out like Willis Reed in 1970, and had a great second half. So, like they just had to stay the course. They're up 18 and a half, which could have been more, to be honest. And it was just a runaway for 30 minutes. They
yeah,
kind of, I think the only shot Arizona had when Maxwell went out of the game, like right away, they went on like a 9-0 run, cut it to
yeah.
like four. And everybody, I think you were probably shitting your pants, like this might be trouble. But then I think they responded with like a 10-0 run of their own, went up 15, and I think they were up 15 for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that was surprising. Like, I don't think anyone says. I definitely didn't suspect that type of game. I know everyone was hyping this game up, saying it was going to be one of the craziest Final Four games that we've ever seen because according to Ken Palm, like these are two of the best teams virtually ever. Um, and so I was expecting a super competitive game, but yeah, after Yaxel turned his ankle, and they also said he's been dealing with an MCL sprain too. So he had the MCL sprain and the turned ankle. But yeah, after he went out of the game, um, they went on that run, and I was like, like, here we go. Now it's about to be the dogfight. And then they go on that run. Ade was playing great. Namari Burnett hit a three, which
I think
is
that was his
lead,
only three. I think it was like a minute into the game, and that was his only make. But
which
Trey McKinney, how about that kid? He had 16 off the bench. Remind
yeah.
me of a little of a 2018 Dante DiVincenzo, or you're expecting him back, and then he just goes crazy in the Final Four and just happens to be like, oh, he might get picked in the first round, and it's like he just goes. And then he enters a draft, and it's like, oh, he might have made the wrong decision, and he goes like, would you be surprised if he went like 23rd in the draft?
No,
Like,
not at all.
it's like the kid's a sharpshooter. He could dribble. He could put it on the floor. Good defender. I mean, he's a proven commodity. Especially if you get him back for next year, he's a easily a 15 point per game scorer if he's in a starting lineup. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I'm so excited for Monday. It's gonna be a great game. I don't know if the Huskies could shoot or bang for 40 minutes with this Michigan team, but if there's a coach that can get the boys ready, it's Dan Hurley. And when I and then when I saw Dusty during the first game, in like courtside, I was
Scouting,
like,
he knew, bro. He knew. He was like, I'm
this
not even
guy's pretty
worried about
confident.
Zona.
That's
He
pretty
wasn't even
confident.
worried about Zona, bro. And I saw Kenny Smith was like, "Oh, I've never seen a coach do that. Like, I feel like it's sending the wrong message." Like, no, Dusty was ready, and I saw Dan Hurley after their game was like trying to get out of there like as soon as possible. because he just wanted his players to get home to get back to the hotel and rest and prepare because obviously like it's a pretty quick turnaround. But I mean that game's going to be special. What do you think about Mara's draft stock? Like, do you think that? Do you think that's?
I mean, yeah, I think he's a great college big. I don't think he has that lateral quickness like where he could be like a anchor for a NBA defense. Like he really just can't move. But if you have like a big like well, Arizona doesn't have shooting bigs, so I think that's a
Yeah,
great matchup for Mara where he could just plant his ass in the paint and just
yeah,
roam. You don't
yeah.
really see that now in today's NBA. So I don't know how high a team would take him. I know Krivos is pretty high in draft boards,
Yeah.
which I mean I don't know. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's anything special. I think he's like a Pirtle or like a one of these fives that like just can average like 10 and 10 and like be like just like average. But I mean I think Moore could definitely be that. But are you spending a top 20 pick on that type of player? Probably not.
Probably
So
not.
I mean a second round flyer on a guy who's dominating the March right now. Like Michigan broke the record for most 90-point games in a single NCAA tournament. So this is one of the better offenses, and we just saw tonight Arizona couldn't get anything going. I think most of it was they just missed shots. I mean they were getting offensive boards for days and Koa P and they just couldn't finish around the rim for 35 minutes and then the game was over and they kind of just had their kind of like padded their stats with a couple layups and a couple boards. But yeah, I think Mars is a good player. I don't know about his projectability into the next level though.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. I could see a team that's like, yeah, I mean a second round, early second round flyer. I can see that. Now I'm just imagining what would Mara look like guarding Wimby?
He would get cooked. He can't come out on the perimeter at all. We've seen this. I think you need to have if you're going to beat this Michigan team either five shooters out there or four shooters and a dominant big man. Well, was there a big dominating college basketball right now like Terrence Reed is right now?
Okay, but so my thing is I feel like they're just gonna put Morez on Terrace and let Mara roam behind him because if I wouldn't guard I don't like the Terrace Ade matchup necessarily
I think
because
that would be two quick fouls, and I think he might be planning his ass on the bench.
that's what I'm saying. It's clipped. I feel like you gotta just put Morez on him so he can at least like bang with him and then just have Mara like. But I don't know. There's not really anyone that they could just like also put Mara on
No,
if
that's what I
he.
mean. Like you need to put him on terrace because they're gonna have four shooters out there at any moment.
Yeah.
Like you have him roaming, and the sets that Dan Hurley is gonna run is gonna just like put him in precarious situations where you
Yeah.
have him chasing either Caravan or he's has to help on a solo ball screen or a Braden Mullins like cut. Like it's gonna be Dan Harrow's gonna be ready. I think he knows this Michigan team really well. I don't think this turnaround. I think he's been looking at them for a while now as a competitor to his squad. So I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a really fun game.
Yeah, and it's going to be two great offenses, two offenses that prioritize movement and screens and utilizing their shooters. I mean, um, Michigan runs great. Obviously, you said you talked about their 90-point game streak. They run great, efficient offense. They use a lot of ball screens, a lot of DHOs, and obviously UConn they utilize their shooters so well. I mean, we saw tonight Braden Mullins running off screens and hitting threes. Caravan had a relatively quiet game, but he hit a couple of threes when it mattered. Um, and so I just think it's going to be it's really I mean as every basketball game does, it's going to come down to who gets more stops and who's able to contain that offense more. Um, but I'm really excited. I mean, I think um, to for Michigan to play this well in a game in which Axel Lindenberg plays had to play less than 15 minutes. Like, there's no way he played more than
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
played
he
exactly
he
15
played
minutes.
exactly 15 minutes. Um, to where Yaxel plays 15 minutes and we still put on a performance like that. I mean, he's obviously not going to be anywhere close to 100% for this national championship game, but I think I saw a stat today that anytime if Trey Young had or Trey Young, Trey McKinney any game that Trey McKinney scores more than 8 points, Michigan is undefeated. So I think that really shows that he is the X factor, and I kind of think that that's going to be the matchup. Really, is how he's going to respond to the Yukon guards. Um, but I don't know. I think it's really just about limiting Terrace, and then hoping that Mullins just doesn't go. Mullins and Caravan just don't go off. I think that's the only thing. UConn played a great game today. I mean, they were up, like you said, the entire game. Um, but you did see Illinois start to creep back because the UConn when UConn's not running amazing sets, they kind of start to get lulled down a little bit, and you can see how you can see the cracks in the team a little bit. But I mean, it's just they still run such efficient offense that it's going to be hard to throw them out of their rhythm um, without it. And UConn can play fast; they can play slow. Michigan also can play fast and play slow. So I really think it's two of the most versatile teams meeting for a chance at a national championship. Um, Dan Hurley's opportunity to get 3 and 4 years, which will just launch him into a different echelon of coaches historically, and Dusty May going for his first, obviously, um, and Michigan's first title since '89. Um, and so I just think it's going to be a banger of a game on Monday night. Um, but I mean, this is an ecstatic feeling. I mean, to this was a beatdown, and I wasn't expecting it. Was not you like 100 times out of 100? I was like, there's no way that this game is going to be a blowout in either way. And I'm just happy we were the ones that blew them out and they didn't blow us out.
No, yeah, but I think you saw tonight how I think UConn's defense is probably the most underrated defense in the country. I mean, we saw Illinois was the most efficient offense in the country coming into tonight, and they were held under 60 points with less than a minute left. Wagler had a three to cut the four with I think 40 seconds left. But before that, I think Wagler got to a hot start, and then you kind of jinxed him. You texted he's so gross, and then I think he scored maybe 1 point after that until that 3 pointer at the end. But I think when you look at Michigan, you look at that game against Purdue in the Big Ten championship. I think that team kind of resembles what this UConn team is. They like to play in and out, kind of feed their big and then pass it out, run a lot of pick and rolls, try to get your bigs into precarious situations like I was mentioning before. They're gonna try to find the mismatch. That's what UConn does. That's what Purdue did in that Big Ten championship. And I think you see in the teams that Michigan's played, they're pretty much fast tempo. Like St. Louis wanted to play fast. Alabama wants to play really fast.
Yeah.
Tennessee not, but they didn't have the shot making to compete with that in that game. And then you saw Arizona, who likes to play fast as well, not shooting a lot of threes, but likes to get up and down the court. I think that played well into Michigan's favor because I think if Arizona kind of realized how a lot of their fast breaks were just crazy, like throwing it up at the rim layups, and then that just started another immediate break for the Wolverines. I don't think UConn's going to be doing that. I mean, you kind of saw in some spurts tonight how they would run after getting a turnover. But that's pretty much the only time they kind of speed up the pace is when they're trying to get points off turnovers. Um, that's how Michigan likes to play too. But they like to just Mara. I don't think he threw any, but he likes to throw that half full court inbound after a make or after a timeout or something like that. But I don't think that's going to fly against a Dan Hurley defense. But I'm really excited. I think if UConn can control the pace and hit threes, if Mullins kind of got hot and then he cooled off until he hit that big three at the end, Solo Ball has not got it going at all throughout this whole postseason from the Big East tournament to now. And I mean Silas is getting more healthy. You kind of saw it today. He was distributing the ball, and Terrace is playing his best ball. Um, and you need a performance that Caravan's been here. This is his third national championship in his career, so he's gonna be ready to play. And I think it's like it always is in college basketball. It's a game of tempo. In the games Michigan's lost, it's either been you got to hit 23s or you just got to make it a half court game. Duke made a half court game. Purdue made a half court game. And Wisconsin just banged all their threes. I
Yeah.
think UConn could do both of that, and that's why they're in that. That's why they're here in Indy in the national championship game on a Monday night. I think you could say probably these are the two best teams in the country right now playing the best ball. And throughout the whole year, they've had a case to be the top two teams. They've pretty much been in the top 10, top 12 the whole year. So I think we're get your popcorn ready. This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah, we're in for a classic. I really just think it's the matchups. Um, Two point guards that really run their teams very well. Silas Demiri, who's getting healthier. Elliot Cadeau, which I mean, sometimes his shot selection frustrates me. But I mean, tonight he had double digit assists. Um, and uh, and then yeah, I really just think it's figuring out who's gonna guard who, because each team is gonna have a matchup advantage on offense. I mean, if if Ade's guarding Terrace, then who's guarding Caravan? Because Morez has got to guard somebody, and then if they put Morez on Terrace, who's Ade guarding? Um, I think it's gonna be a matchup problem, and the health of Yaxel. Like, how much can he give us? Um, he's gonna have obviously 1 day's rest, um, and we'll see how it goes. Um, but yeah, I just think this is gonna be a great game between two great coaches, um, and I'm excited. I think Michigan's obviously gonna pull it out. They're gonna find a way to win this. It's a season of destiny, and um, we're going all the way. It's about to be officially stamped as the best Michigan team, excuse
And
me, of all time.
and can we talk about the Tommy Lloyd have one foot out the door? I mean, I know he signed that huge contract that everybody was raving about, and he's staying in Tucson, but like right now if Chapel Hill calls,
I'd be out. I'd be out.
you'd
I'm
be out, you'd
taking
be
Bryce
gone.
James with me.
Oh, you're taking Bryce with you?
um, yeah, maybe. I mean, fuck it, why not, dude? Like, I mean, Arizona, like UNC's probably pretty desperate at this point. I mean, um, it sounds like if it sounds like they made a call to Billy Donovan. I heard Rothstein talk about this. They made a call to Billy Donovan, but he's not entertaining it until the Bulls season is over, and then yeah, I mean, I really don't know all the other names that I heard Rothstein talk about. I'm like, them for the North Carolina job. Like, I heard him say Ben McCullum, and like obviously I talked about him in the last pod. I love Ben McCullum, but I mean North Carolina now, like, no, that's not a viable option. So I mean, if I was North Carolina, I'd throw him an outrageous bag and make him say no. Um, but yeah, I mean maybe, but I mean tonight wasn't on Tommy Lloyd though. I mean it was his players just simply didn't play well. They
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean,
They didn't. They didn't play well enough to win.
I'm reading now. They said he threw him a top two salary wise contract in all of college basketball, and he said no. I don't know if that changes after a Final Four loss. I mean, other names that I'm seeing right here are Josh Schertz from St. Louis. Is he ready for that type of leap? I'm not
Absolutely
sure.
not.
Grant McCaslin, that would be a home run hire. I don't know if he leaves Tech. I mean, Tech's pretty much a NIL machine right now. You just got boosters on boosters. I think a name that you could look at and be like, hmm. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Mark Byington, coach of Vandy. He kind of just turned that program around in the short time he's been there. He's kind of worked his way up through the mid majors. Um, he's got um, he's recruited well. It's not just been NIL. He's gotten a ton of good freshmen in. Um, he started at Georgia Southern, went to JMU, made a couple of runs there, made a couple of tournaments. went to Vandy and immediately made back-to-back. He's on back-to-back NCAA bids. Was rim in and out away from a Sweet 16 berth. And if they play Iowa in that game, who knows who wins that game? That's a totally different game.
Yeah.
Um, I think we're talking about him way differently in the terms of a open coaching job. Um, would Vandy have the money to keep him? I don't know. So I think he could be he's definitely on the rise to be an elite coach. Um, he was a longtime assistant at Charleston. I think he was at UVA for a minute. I think he was at Virginia Tech as well. So he's kind of been in that ACC, um, kind of that South Carolina, North Carolina area. So I think he's a name that lives up to the hype and also is great for that area.
Yeah, I would agree for sure. I just think it depends on how long. I mean, this job literally can't stay open for that much longer. I mean, because they're gonna have to get someone who can start getting in the portal. Um, I don't know what their recruiting class. I would assume has fallen apart since Hubert left. I mean, Hubert wasn't the um, so I don't know. I mean, it's UNC, so I don't think anyone's like necessarily being like people are still gonna stay because it's UNC. Um, but I think they're gonna need someone very soon because once the season ends on Monday, it's gonna be right. Like players are already in the portal, so it's gonna be straight to it. So they're gonna need a hire soon. Like I would expect a hire. Um, I'm definitely by this time next week. There's no way we get past like Thursday or Friday of next week, and there's not a new head coach of the UNC basketball team. Um, so that'll be interesting. I um, if we win, obviously, I think there's no way that Dusty's going anywhere. If we lose, I still feel very confident that Dusty's staying at Michigan. Um, and yeah, man, I mean, I'm just ecstatic about this game. That was so fun to watch. That was so fun to be a part of, and I love Dan Hurley. So this sucks. I mean, I think he's an amazing coach. Also, these Illinois like, did you or were you watching? You were watching this game in a bar, so you
Yeah.
couldn't.
No, I can't really hear
Um,
anything.
Yeah, they were booing Dan Hurley during the post. Like they're like it was obviously a pro Illinois crowd because they were in Indy,
Yeah.
but um, they were booing Dan Hurley during the post game interview, and he was literally like he literally stopped. He was like, "Why are they booing? I don't even know why."
What the fuck
He's
I
like,
do?
he
They're
thought
saying
he
fuck
was
me for.
he thought they were mad because he did the little head hug thing with Braylon Mullins. He was like, "Are they mad about the headbutt? Like, what are they mad about?" So that was pretty funny. Um, yeah, I mean, I love his demeanor. I love how fiery he is as a coach. I love that he kind of brings back that old school mentality as a coach. His teams play in his image in the correct way. And we were having a debate about our head coach at Seton Hall and how he builds teams in his image, but it's kind of an imperfect way of building a team. But Dan
A
Hurley
petite
built.
image. Fucking petite ass dude, bro. Fucking losing everybody except our fucking short 5'5" point guard, bro, who hits
Yeah, of
5 minutes a
course.
game.
Throw him a mill. Throw. But like this NIL market is so fucked, bro.
And
Like,
then like you're looking like we have a friend. He was like, that's how we throw him. Like that's how you gotta build a roster. I'm looking at the portal right now. This is a soft portal. Like the guys in like you look the number one player right now in the portal is Flory Badunga, who's probably just gonna stay in the draft.
yeah,
And then under him is the big from St. Mary's, who's probably just gonna go to ASU. Miles Bird, who's kind of been like this like foregoing like maintaining his eligibility into the draft and coming back, and then just having another like his best year was his freshman year, and now he's gonna be a senior, and he's just gone worse and worse and worse. You got like the Providence freshmen who I am intrigued by. I think they're very uh, skilled players, just terrible coaching. Obviously your boy Shellstead is in here.
I was
Um,
waiting.
Abdallas, he's the guy from Virginia Tech, the Euro who everybody was raving about
Oh,
preseason.
okay. Yeah.
He's in the portal. I think my favorite guy who I'm seeing right now is Jeremiah Wilkerson. He was the freshman guard for Georgia. He had 30 in their first round game. He was all SEC. But other than that, like you got other guys that are like top 20, like Jalen Lowe. He was a kid that was from Pitt. He transferred to Kentucky and he's kind of just hurt all year. I mean, he's a
Oh
good
yeah, he
player.
was like super, but he's supposed to be really good, but yeah, but he's been hurt all year. I
Yeah,
heard.
I mean, Devin Royal from Ohio State is ranked 21st right now in the portal. Finley Bizjack, he was the long haired point guard for Butler, 22nd. It's just like this is a very weak portal class, and if there was a portal just to throw big money at the top guys that are like in the draft, just I would do that, like without a question.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I really don't know. I'm literally just most intrigued on where Shellside's going because obviously wherever he goes, I'm supporting him.
You're following, you're
I'm
there.
I'm following. Um, so hopefully it's to like I remember you said on a previous episode. I think um, I would assume it's to Florida because they're just Ty Golden loves to get himself a guard out of the
Well,
portal.
I don't know now with Boogie coming back. He's back. Boogie
Oh,
Fland.
oh, Boogie's coming back.
Yeah, yeah. You should just leave. Find another occupation, maybe. You guys not good.
um, does what's his name not have any eligibility left, or you think Golden definitely?
Xavier? No,
Yeah.
he's done. I think that was his 5th year.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. He was a freshman when Princeton made that run, so I don't know how far that was back. That was a little bit. I think that was a little bit back, but this was his 4th year, like true 4th year. So I'm not. I don't think. I don't see any reason why he would get a 5th year. Like he started in 2022.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you saw. We were talking about this. I was coaching today for my Ian County College Owls. We were talking about how Trump's stepping in, making this whole cap about college sports. How he's kind of trying to eliminate all these old age players from just sticking around, which I agree
Mhm.
with. I mean, the people that like people say the basketball's never been better. True. The reason because we have pros, literally like 25-year-olds playing college basketball,
Yeah.
which just fucks over all the incoming freshmen because now if you're a 3-star, there's literally no chance you're gonna go Power Five, like or play at a Power Five level as a freshman. You're gonna have to go to a small mid major or like a Atlantic 10 to get playing time in your freshman year, which
Mhm.
just stunts your growth, or it has you changing schools every year, which you're never gonna graduate doing that, or just like you're never gonna have continuity in your career. So I think definitely stuff needs to be fixed in this landscape.
Yeah. I mean, the NCAA is fucking broken, and they're idiots for. They keep saying this like that this model isn't sustainable, so they understand that it's sustainable, but they're making so much money off it that
Yeah.
they're not gonna change it. So someone has to step in and make them change it. Um, and they also just need to man up and collective bargain with the players. Like at this point, bro, we know these players are employees. Like just say they're employees. Like they're employees of the school. Like they're making millions of dollars for the school. Like just make them sign contracts to be like they're gonna be here for X like this many years and whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, do I think we definitely need to get? I saw Calipari on the college game day. Him and Billis were going back and forth, and it was actually a very interesting debate. But Calipari's one of those like he keeps joking. He's like, "Yeah, you got players with onto their second wives and kids and all this kind of stuff in college basketball." But it's so funny because his player age kept going up. Like he was like, you got 24-year-olds in college basketball. Then he was like, you got 26-year-old kids in college basketball. And he's like, you got 28-year-olds in college basketball
No,
below
like,
17-year-olds.
yeah, I saw a news article. It was Doug Gottlieb at Green Bay got a sophomore in the portal, 29 years old. True
29?
true sophomore. Give me 29.
Get the fuck
So
out of here, bro.
yeah, like go for 5 to 9 to 5, bro. Like I do not want to see you on the court. You don't
Yeah,
deserve to be here.
yeah, or
Your
go
time is out.
overseas. Do something else, bro. Like, stop
But
trying
that's
to
the
get this
thing.
kid
They
in the
they
middle, bro.
they can't. There's no team overseas that's gonna take this kid. But
No.
he could play at Green Bay and get $100,000 or at the minimum.
Yeah,
Which that's the broken system that it is.
yeah,
But then you could say that, and then you're gonna put a cap on it. But then you go and win a championship. Like the kid is still gonna be short. Like they were talking about this on the Pack show about how Ty Simpson before the season he got $6.5 million offered to him by Miami to go to play in Coral Gables, and then they're like, well, that's a shit ton of money, but he probably still would be underpaid. Like, and then they're like, if Mendoza say he definitely did not get this number. I think he got like close like around 3 million or 4 million to go to Indiana, but say he got paid like $15 million for this 1 year. He still would have made that and tenfold for the university by winning the
yeah.
national championship for them.
Oh, 100%.
So I mean, you would still like it would still be a bargain.
Yeah,
So that's why it's such a you're such in a situation because the business is so large, but you're dealing with kids that are so young and like you're just taking a gamble after like you could pay him that much money. Yes, that one kid gets you a national championship. Next kid, you might go 6-6, and then you're fucked. So that's like the whole problem of this whole system that's going on right now.
yeah, and yeah, like I mean, like you said, like the product's never been better, and I mean they're making so much money. The TV ratings are up, the views are up, attendances are up. Like it's everything's so great. So the NCAA is gonna keep being like, well, I mean, we know this thing is unsustainable, but we're just gonna ride it till the fucking wheels fall off. And I mean, until someone else steps in and is like, you guys got to reform your sport and do something. Um,
Oh yeah,
there's-
another problem. I just popped in my head. The chain smokers. Yo, what the fuck was that? Why was
I,
that? Why were they performing 10 minutes before tip? Like, can we start the game?
dude, when the Illinois UConn game ended, they put a clock up 45 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Why do we need 45 minutes between games? I'm like, dude, they have. I literally went and like cooked dinner. I was like, well, I mean, I got plenty of time now. And there, I look at the screen and there's the chain smokers are fucking playing. There
Yeah, they
was
have a
like
fucking
some
rave. Like
yeah.
they have all these. They
I
have all
was
the
like,
plants there too. So it's like, and then you have like
yeah.
the
I'm
Michigan
like, where
Panthers.
did these people come from? Like, are these aren't like the students that were
No,
at
they're
the game?
plants, bro. They're because they're no one dancing. Everybody's just in the concourse, just waiting for that shit to be over. And then like the whole Michigan fans are chanting "Go Blue" throughout the whole fucking the whole fucking show. It's like, can we just like never do that again? I don't. Has that ever happened where there's a performance between
I
Final
think
Four
they
games?
do that pretty regularly. I think they do that.
That was dumb.
Yeah,
That
it's
was,
really
or at least
bad.
have someone that can sing and not dudes that are just like doing beats and just jumping around.
A DJ set is crazy. Like I don't know who approved that. Who on the NCAA was like, yeah, this is a perfect idea. They're gonna eat this up in Indy. Like no.
No,
And putting that
no.
on national television, even crazier. You could have just kept that. We could have just went to the studio and
And
did
did
stuff.
you watch any of the Fab Five altcasts? I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah, I turned it on for
So
the
they're good
last
now? Yeah, they're
15 minutes.
chill?
Yeah, what do you mean? There was beef?
Yeah,
There's
they
beef?
hated Chris, like, cause like he lied on like the whole bullshit, like put like tarnished like the whole team's like the whole team's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
image.
yeah, yeah. No, I think they squashed that like a couple of years ago. They came back when Jawan was coaching the team, and they had like a
But I thought Chris
little.
wasn't was Chris there?
Yeah, I think Chris was there.
Mm, I thought there was
Um,
beef and still.
but yeah, they
That's
patched
on
it
me.
up. It was a cool broadcast. They were super real. I saw some 5-star was on the broadcast and committed to Michigan live on the
No, yeah,
telecast,
yeah,
which
he
is
did.
pretty cool. Ray Jackson looked dead. He looked asleep. I don't know. You couldn't really like his like head was kind of down a little bit, and I was watching it. I'm like, is he dead? Like he literally, you couldn't see. It looked like his eyes were just shut. Um, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, C Webb was talking a lot. Jalen was talking a lot. They were when Yaxel came back into the game, like after the under 8 timeout, and they brought Yaxel back into the game. They were like, "Whoa, whoa, Dusty, what are we doing? What are we doing?" Like,
Yeah, my mom was like because they were talking about like the whole second half, like how the Axel came back from this ankle sprain, and she was like, he's still in the game. They're up 30. Like save him for Monday.
like literally get them out of the game. Like, what are we doing? And
I was
then
like, all right, coach, mom. Like, what do you? I didn't know
literally,
you needed more than Dusty, and well, maybe she did.
he
But
did.
but I was like, maybe he needs some run. Like maybe he just needs some shots on
Yeah,
the rim.
he probably just didn't want it to get like too tight. I guess like I understand. And then there was and then maybe like it was like the 8 or 9 minute mark left in the game, and whoever like they had like a regular TV guy on there, and he was asking them, he's like, "So, what do we think about UConn?" And Jalen was like, "We're not talking about this till the under 4 timeout. We're not jinxing anything. We're not saying anything." Um, and so yeah, so that was pretty funny. So I wanted to watch it the entire time, but you know how they have to like they since they when they do this all cast, they shorten the screen, and I was like,
Yeah.
I need to see the whole thing. And I mean, the regular broadcast is fine. I mean, Bill Raftery, love to hear his voice. So yeah, so I mean, it was a great night of college basketball. All culminating in the game on Monday. Are you picking Michigan? Are you picking UConn? Who are you picking?
Oh wow. Oh, pick. Hmm. Uh, a pick you want. Uh. I mean,
Come on, bro. You know you, bro. Just
but it's like, but you. I said this last. Like, I can't pick against Dan Hurley in March. Like, I like because if they win, like I'm gonna feel so stupid. Like, if Michigan wins, fine. Like, they won. They're a better team.
mm,
But I can't pick against Dan Hurley. Like, I will not voice against Dan Hurley. Like he just wins in March. This is his third national championship game in 4 years. He's 2-0 in them. When he gets here, he usually does not lose.
no,
So
I get you. I hear you. Can I just argue this point? And this is I'm not hating on
I'm
Dan
I'm
Hurley.
saying this. I'm saying this full knowing the matchups favor Michigan in totality.
So this is what I'm saying. In his run up to this point, right? When has Dan Hurley gone up against a team that is distinctly better than his?
I don't think I don't think he has, but like, cause that's just his teams were so talented.
Yeah, his
But
teams were
maybe
cracked.
the Edie game, because Edie was the best player in the country by a
Yeah,
country mile.
yeah.
But that was definitely not a full round team. I mean, they had
Mhm.
Braden Smith, great point guard. That lawyer Kaufman Ryan was kind of not into fully his own, but
Yeah.
I think that's the highest competition they faced in their entire runs. Maybe Illinois last year is too. So, but like these teams that you're saying, like who have like these national teams have they faced? They blew out all these other teams. Like
Yeah,
just
I
ran them
totally
off the
get it.
court.
I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, they've been dominant.
And how about another team, Duke?
Duke was yeah, Duke
And Duke
yeah.
beat Michigan less
Yeah.
than, well, not less now, but almost
Oh,
over a
less than
month
two
ago.
months ago. Less than 2 months ago, yeah. Yeah.
So they definitely have like I'm fully aware that Michigan has more talent and they're a better round team, but they have the best coach in the land, and I can't bet against the guy. So sorry,
No,
sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I love Dan Hurley.
What would
And
you get? What would you guess? They probably have the line out now on the game. What do you think the spread of the game is?
I don't know. Vegas be wilding because you were the one that informed me that that UConn was an underdog today. Is it
Whoa,
large? It's
whoa!
large.
It's a bit large.
Okay, wait. Michigan minus. It's not double digits. That'd be
No,
just
no, 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 not
okay.
that large, not that large.
Eight
But
and a
like
half. 8.5.
7.5, -7.5, they are. But this was the first time in Final Four history where the spreads of the two Final Four games were less than 2 points. Both were
Yeah,
1.5 point favorite.
1.5. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
why
seven.
would they favor Illinois? That makes no sense to me.
You tell me, bro. Uh, but 7.5. That's a lot of points. I mean, I'm not doubting that Michigan can cover that. Like if they win, they probably do cover that.
Yeah.
But I think this game is too much of a like. You can't give UConn 7.5 points. That's a obscene amount of points.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. Appreciate you staying up with me. Appreciate all you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Follow all our social medias.
Get us to 1,000 followers on anything so we can go actual live on this.
Yeah, we would have done this live. We tried, but apparently Instagram is being a bitch now, and you have to have 1,000 followers to fucking go live. So tell your friends, follow us, please, so we can do this on Instagram next time. Um, yeah, and subscribe to our YouTube, follow our social medias, obviously. And we will see you guys after the Natty, and go blue.